Do 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 do. Hey, how's it going? It's Nancy Gammon. My good friend Chris Fee gave me a really cool roll of printed Tyvek gift wrap. In the last video, I used it to sew up a Tyvek pouch. Now I'm going to try a larger project and see if I can whip up a Tyvek tote bag. Let's see what happens. I'm starting with a piece of Tyvek that's 30 inches long because that's how wide the roll of gift wrap was, and 36 inches wide because that's how wide the repeat of the design was. So I'm going to start by folding this in half so that it's 30 inches by 18. I'm going to crease it here, and then I also have a couple of pieces that are 2 inches by 15, and I'm going to fold these in half. These will make the handles. And then I'm just going to cut a couple of inches along the fold line on each side. And I'm going to take each handle and kind of open up this little flap and insert the body of the tote in there. And I'm going to sew it to the body, sew along the handle, curve it around, and insert the other side and sew it there. And then I'm going to do that on both ends of the tote. I sewed the handles onto the bag, and as long as I was at the sewing machine, I also sewed along the top edge of the tote. So I did a straight stitch, maybe about 1/4 of an inch from the edge, and then also zigzagged around the edge just to make kind of a more finished presentation. So now I'm just going to fold the tote bag in half. And I'm going to stitch along both of the side edges, again doing a straight stitch and then a little zigzag. That formed a very basic tote bag shape, and now I want to create a flat bottom to the tote. So I'm reaching inside here, and I'm going to fold up, kind of flatten this edge. And I want the width of the bottom maybe to be about 4 or 5 inches deep. So I'm just going to draw the stitching line here. And I'll do that on the other side as well. So I'm going to stitch along my drawn line, then I'm going to trim it so that it's about 1/4 of an inch out, and then zigzag along that edge, and I'll do that on both sides. And that completes the tote bag project. So the finished dimensions are 12.5 inches tall, 12 inches wide, and then it's 5 inches deep. And depending on how you feel about exposed seams, you can either just leave it as is or turn it inside out or right side out, depending on your perspective. So there we go, we're ready to go shopping. If you'd like to experiment together, head on over to my website at nancygammon.com, where you can check out the current list of workshops. Do 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 do.